welcome to the Artist Podcast. Woo!
Hell yeah.
Introduce yourselves, I guess. Because I used to hang out in you guys' streams, but we haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever talked to you, Choco, like in person. I think I've talked to Lazarus before. I guess I'll go. I am Zebby. I don't know what to say about myself. I'm a digital artist, as we all are, but yeah.
I think we're just all gonna bond to the fact that we're all fucking awkward.
Yeah. We have no clue what we're doing, but we're here for a good time.
Papa, you should have started with like a format like
I have
the art I specialize in.
Okay. I guess I can do
Follow
that.
me.
Sure. Hi, I'm Choco. I'm an artist. I do graphic design. I do character illustrations, but I am currently leaning a little bit more to landscape art. I prefer digital art over traditional because it's easier for me personally. But
Okay, I'll go next since I seem to be the most mouthy right now.
hell yeah.
Hello, I'm Laz. I specialize in mainly illustrations. Been fucking around with furry stuff. Obviously, look at me. And occasionally I do like to go into body horror. And
Oh, hell yeah.
nice to meet y'all. To the people who's listening.
Yay! Clap, 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 clap.
Okay. I'm Kat, and Cat Chomp is my username. I do character illustration, and I haven't been drawing like a lot recently, but I do. I used to do body horror too, and the furries and humans recently. I used to just do furries.
Does
Because
every
that's-
artist go through like a body horror phase?
It's
Dude,
fun.
we just got
It is.
mental stuff in our we got stuff to work through.
It's our therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll start over with mine then. I am Zebby. I also go by Kinky now, but
Oh.
whatever you want to call me. I specialize in like I guess character design and illustration. I'd say I'm more of like a hobbyist right now. I do like take commissions every now and again, but I honestly I like designing characters a lot, and every once in a while drawing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you already mentioned it, and I kind of wanted to like get to that point. Do you guys do art as a hobby, or is it like a job for any of you?
It's
I
a
personally-
hobby for
Yes,
me.
it.
Yeah, I take work when I can, but it's very few and far between when I get commissions and stuff. So I'm open
Yeah.
to doing it as work, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that into like looking for work.
Ah, okay. Interesting. And nice to see like two ends of the spectrum, because me and Les are doing it as a job.
Trying.
That's really
Yeah.
awesome. Actually.
Trying to... Don't
I
worry,
think-
Les, you'll do it.
I think if I was like pressured into drawing all the time, especially for an income, I would hate drawing because sometimes I
Yeah.
just can't draw.
Yeah, like your muse
The
or like the
burnout is
inspiration and
real.
stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Completely
I'd say the
understand.
mental health aspect to drawing is like such a tricky part of it. Just when like you need to be drawing, it's just I feel like that's when I lose all my inspiration is when I have to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently like experiencing that right now because the burnout is really real, and
Yeah.
I just have to keep on going it because it's my livelihood and it's no longer the coping mechanism that it used to be.
Yeah. It's not, especially when you do it for an income, it's like you can't turn to it for stress relief or anything, especially like when I was a mentally ill teenager, I would draw like vent art and stuff, and that would make me feel better. But I would take DeviantArt point commissions
Oh my god, I
And-
remember those. Yes.
The
for
good
like
old
5
days.
cents, right? And people would. I remember I almost took like someone requested like 7 drawings at one time, and they got mad at me for taking like a couple weeks for it, and it's just like so stressful, especially when you're just drawing, especially when people don't want to commission you for what you think your art is worth, and you're just like, this isn't worth it.
And you're just a little kid at that point in time too, so you're like, I didn't understand this was gonna happen.
The only
You were just taking advantage of all of us back then.
no, literally, there was, I don't remember this person's name on DeviantArt anymore, but they like requested art of like their couple OC or like herself and her boyfriend, but it wasn't like paid. It was literally just she was DMing like new artists, and now I understand that this was just to get free art basically. But back in the day, I was like, oh my god, somebody wants my art. So we've grown smarter.
It's bad.
Yeah, definitely.
And even if you don't get paid, like it's always such a good feeling for people to be like, oh, I love your art. Like I want your art, even if I'm not going to pay for it. But in the end, it's like, I kind of need money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know Toy House, right? The website for characters?
Yeah.
So
I use it a lot.
Some people on DeviantArt have this thing going that's like, draw my character and I'll give you a Toy House code. And that's what I did to like get in. That's like how I got in.
Wait.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
But also taking advantage of people.
I mean, it was either that or pay him, and I was like, I'm not paying this guy whatsoever. So I just
wish I knew.
this thing.
I could have given you one for free. I have like 30 codes that I am not using.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, back then we didn't know each other. This was like years ago.
Yeah. I think I happened to get one for free because someone on DeviantArt was just giving out codes at one point.
Yeah.
It was such a long time ago too. But it was always so hard to get them because people would just flood into the comments and grab them before you could. So you had to get like to that like journal or whatever instantly.
Yeah.
You do love seeing artists supporting artists because usually it's not that way.
Yeah.
For real.
We had that with Imprint because the way you can get started there as an artist, you have to upload a couple of artworks, and then other artists have to like rate. When I say rate, I don't mean it. They tell you if it's good or not. It's more like should you be accepted or not. And I remember I got accepted, and a friend of mine who's really amazing at art, like wasn't in it, and they like asked if anybody had any codes, and I like got her in because everybody that's like in Imprint gets a code free or something. So just the artists coming together to help each other is we need it. Let's just say that we need it, especially in this economy now with AI and stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
And just I feel like it sucks too because like a lot of websites nowadays, like even though they're like catered towards artists, sometimes like they just don't actually help artists.
No, yeah.
You kind of have to be lucky to like get popular.
Gosh. Did you guys hear about DeviantArt allowing AI to take anything from their website?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone lost their shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now Twitter is doing like the same. People are like, oh, we're running out of websites. Hello.
Yeah. We gotta go back
And
to
like
good
the
old
artist-made
Furfinity.
websites just don't have like the infrastructure to expand like we want it to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like looking at your guys' Twitter, and I freaking love your guys' art style so much. It's so nice to look at.
Oh,
I love it.
Zebby and Kat just have like chef's kiss art.
It's true. Gurm commissions Zevi like every couple of weeks, and then he sends me the pictures like, Choco, look what Zevi did. And I'm like, yes, Zevi, you're amazing.
Oh, speaking of that, I have a commission I need to finish for Gurm right now. I got so distracted by Art Fight, and it's been sitting in my art program.
Do you guys do Art Fight?
I didn't take part this year because there was, first of all the controversy going on.
Yeah.
And
we didn't hear about it till like mid.
Yeah.
We didn't hear about it till like mid Art Fight, and I felt bad not attacking people that attacked me back. So, but I don't think I'm gonna participate next year unless things change.
So apparently it did change. Like the owner changed. They have a new owner now. Like it's co-owned by two people, by two admins, I think. But it was just like a really shitty situation, so I didn't want to really partake. And I felt bad because I specifically asked you guys beforehand for your like art fight links, and then I like never did anything with them. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not real at all.
I've never been a part of any art fights because I'm tired.
That's so valid.
Like all the art memes that artists, so you know, like what is it, the mermaid and stuff, or Inktober.
Yeah.
Like you really want to like participate, and then after day 2, you're like, okay, I can't, not anymore. It's over.
That's always how it is.
It's like wanting to like bust out a new piece by yourself every month, but like the added pressure to like sort of create content in a way and try and churn out creativity, it just burns you out even faster.
It's true.
I think that would be a good challenge.
I tried to like once.
Definitely,
didn't work out well.
You can like challenge yourself, but I feel like depending on who you are, like as an artist, because for me, I still have university like parallel to this right now.
Yeah.
So I don't have the time, and yeah. It's just every time I see someone do every single day of any sort of art meme fight, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, how? How do you have the time and the patience and like the inspiration to do something every single day?
I would just want to rot and lie down on the floor.
Just lie and cry.
The most I've ever gotten with like an Inktober thing was like, I think I got to day 7. That was it.
Hell yeah.
Day 5,
a whole
or
week.
something like that.
That's an amazing feat to my eyes.
Literally. Nice. A whole week. Good job. Do you guys I mean, I see your guys' artwork, so I can kind of tell, but you know how there are like artists that just don't use any line art, they just immediately do with form, shapes, and just colors? Did you guys ever try that? And how did it go?
I personally, I've tried it before. Though usually when I try and do something like similar to that, I have to have like a base sketch or something.
Yeah.
But when I like paint, I started just doing it all on one layer, because like I found it makes you think less about like all the layers and stuff. And for me, it's honestly less stressful to paint just on one layer, which is nice. But like, I don't know how people do it with just like shapes and then add everything without like a sketch.
I mean, you know, sometimes people have like very imaginatory minds. And sometimes it works. But the problem with like the one layer artists nowadays, at least, is the whole AI thing. Because now people are like, we want proof that you really drew this. Show us the layer. Show us your PSD file. And I feel so bad for like one layer artists during this time. Because like, how are you going to prove with just one layer?
Yeah.
Unless you time-lapse everything, which is going to
I have to take a video.
Yeah.
What I do with it is I mean, obviously it's literally just one layer, I can't do this, but I'll like sketch everything and color everything separately, and then like save a folder with all the files and then merge them separately.
Yes.
So like in case I mess up, I have like
a backup
to go back.
Hell yeah. I also do that. Wait, Les screamed at me at this, but I have to ask, do you guys name your layers? Like if it's for private art, not commission art, when it's just private art, do you guys name it?
No.
Not for private stuff, no.
When it's for
like,
when people
the base of the colors. So I'm like, oh, this is my flesh. This is hair. But like everything on top,
that makes
like
sense.
I'm a layer girly. I just love layers.
Yeah, I do a lot of layers
clipped.
too.
I don't name it for shit.
Valid though.
I have so many layers and I forget what they're called. I should start naming them. Like I remember one time I had an art piece. It had like 88 layers in it.
Jesus
Lord.
I started the whole naming thing because of that struggle.
What's
name like when I character
character
design and stuff like that, I'll name like separate folders like for like which like design on the sheet it is, but besides that I don't think I name layers like ever.
Good to know
That's
that I'm
fair.
not the only one who doesn't do this. What was I gonna ask? There was something about layers. Oh yeah. What's like the highest number of layers you ever got? Like what was 88 your max, Kat?
88 was the most recent one. I was doing art fight and I had like an 88 layer. I think I was doing like a pseudo animation thing, like a GIF pixel thing. I think it was 200 something.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How was your art program like surviving through that?
I don't know. It wasn't Clip Studio, it was Paint Tool Sai, so it was less.
Even more so.
Yeah, no, Paint Tool Sai is a trooper. She's a beautiful,
Strong.
beautiful girl.
She's a
Okay,
That's
fighter.
why it's like the OG lady.
Mhm.
She's old, decrepit, but she's still working.
I hate doing pixel art in Clip Studio Paint, so I still have Paint Tool Sai on my computer because I just do pixel art in Paint Tool Sai.
Just go old fashioned and use just paint.
Paint? I can't do that.
Oh my god, I haven't opened that program in years.
Reject modernity, accept tradition.
Oh my gosh. Did anyone ever draw their character and color it in Paint and then download the program GIMP and shade with like the airbrush tool?
No, I've never done that.
Not GIMP. That was the first
I've never
digital
used
art
both
program
of them
I ever
together.
used.
Definitely separately. Never did anything like that.
I did it because when I was a kid, how I started drawing was I got onto YouTube when I was like 10 or 11, and I watched furry YouTubers like Bonnie the Kitty, if anyone knows, and she did that. So I begged my dad for a tablet, and that's what I would do.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's sweet as hell.
The like
Oh, yeah,
only
can I-
interaction I've had with GIMP is like my mom uses it for like her linguistic job stuff for screenshots and shit. And so it never like occurred to me that it was used as like art stuff. I just thought it was something for linguists. So you just
Yeah.
saying that shocked me.
Some people, I've seen people actually draw with GIMP, but I'm like, how do you do that? It seems very hard.
GIMP
I
was my
mean-
first foray into digital art because my older brother borrowed a tablet from his friend, and that was the only art program we had on our laptop. So I drew in GIMP, and I actually have the art still. I drew like Pokemon in GIMP.
Sure, sure.
They look so silly, but it's I think it's on DeviantArt actually.
I'll drop your DeviantArt link, bestie. We gotta see.
Well, like oh my god, it was like a Full Metal Alchemist. Right?
Oh my god, that
Miyoko
was my
Elric.
first
You should post
drawing
that
too,
in
was Full Metal
the
Alchemist.
group chat, and then we have to force the editor to pop it up.
Literally.
All right, hey, this.
Dude, I remember like DeviantArt always had weird phases. Like, or at least the artists on it had some weird phases. There was like a time where it was just full with what is it called when somebody like oh god, it's like full of air.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I don't
I
wanna
forgot the
talk
word,
about
but that. Wait, that's your DeviantArt? Oh my god! Wait,
That my
how
old
old
one,
is her?
yeah.
How old is her?
I think it's like it's before 2012,
Oh my god!
2010 maybe. It was so long ago. That was like my first digital
Oh my
artwork
God.
ever.
You were such a Full Metal Alchemist fan. Like every
Oh,
one of
what?
your answers to these questions.
I
Full
still
Metal
am.
Alchemist.
I love Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
I
It's
made
true.
Kat watch all of Brotherhood recently. We finally like finished it after.
Yeah, I didn't remember
few
like a
weeks.
lot of it because I watched it when I was 13. And the only thing that was I ever posted when I was 13 was I posted a picture of their mom on my Facebook to my family, and I said Happy Mother's Day.
To the only mom that counts.
Yeah.
Oh, boo!
Mood.
AI art being the first topic to explore on DeviantArt. Ugh.
Mm.
Boo. Boo.
It felt like a guttural betrayal from like an OG friend.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And then ArtStation also doing that. Ugh. Nothing is
ArtStation's
safe.
doing it too?
Yeah, that's why so many people like left ArtStation, because ArtStation also did it.
That's why like we don't know where to go.
Literally, there's nowhere left except for Affinity. We have to
I
go
went back to Tumblr, but even that is like, you kind of have to get lucky with the algorithm.
There's no
Yeah.
more female presenting titties as well.
That's
True.
We want them titties, man.
unfortunate.
Titties. Free the nipple.
I love that Tumblr decided that they had to like appeal to a younger audience, even though that website is just full of like heathens.
Degenerates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 90% of the
It's-
the database. You know?
Yeah,
the
it's
user
like
base.
heathens, Homestuck fans, and then like a combination too.
Super Hulock fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
you're
God,
right.
Oh my
Homestuck
god, I
flashbacks.
haven't heard that in so long. Jesus Christ. That was a whiplash.
I was there during the peak of that. It was crazy.
Oh.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Did you guys
Like, I
ever...
was a part of like the local Homestuck scene, but I was pretty sheltered, so I didn't get to. No, I was privileged enough not to have to deal with a lot of the Homestuck teen drama of the fandom locally.
I tried to
'Cause
get into
the stories
it.
I hear from my friends are scary.
Yeah.
I love how in every community you are, Les, there's someone looking out for you. Like, even in the furry community, you're like, senpais and stuff. They're like, don't interact with these people. They're very extreme. And you're like, okay.
And like,
Thank you.
okay, because I didn't actively portray myself as like a furry online until pretty recently. Because like all of my seniors were like, maybe just draw this for fun. Maybe don't deal with this. Maybe you don't have to go through the trauma I went through.
They're protecting us. Thank you, seniors. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, seniors. Did you guys ever had like a sort of like a mentor figure or like somebody you remember vividly teaching you how to draw something?
Yes. Oh my god. In middle school, I had two people. In middle school, my art teacher, she was like the one who pushed me to go to. She was like very supportive of my art, and she was realistic. She said, "Oh, you can go to an art school if you want, but listen, here's this." Like, she was very realistic. She said that if you go to an art school, your what is it called? Like, your path will definitely be a lot smaller than if you stayed in this like general school. But if you know of like the risks and if you're still happy with that, then go ahead. She was realistic. She was never saying no, but she said, you can do it, but here's the thing. And then my parents signed me up for this art course. I remember so vividly. It was so sweet. Every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. I would be in this like art course, and this older lady would feed us and then help us draw. And she like prepared my art portfolio. Like, she told me what I needed to get accepted into art school. And I'm so glad that these two people were like in my life, because I don't think I'd be where I am without them now. So thank you.
Aw.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
We love an old lady.
I'm so
feeding us
glad that
and
I had
giving
like
us art
supportive people
advice.
around me. Like, even my parents were super supportive. I only remember my grandma, who she's dead now, but she had like Alzheimer's, so she kept forgetting what I did, and she would always ask me every day, "Choco, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, an artist." And then she would always say, "Oh, you can't find a job as an artist in this country." I'm like, both of you to assume I want to stay in this country.
That's sad.
Yeah, but I mean, I found it funny. I wasn't like offended or anything, because like, she's old.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what she says. I'll still do it. But
And it's I kind of get the sentiment too, 'cause it's like, it's such a hard like I guess like business to get into if you want to do it for like a
Yeah.
living. Like it's a lot of work. Like that doesn't mean it's, you know.
Not only like I feel like you really
Yeah.
need to be lucky and or have a lot of connections, because like getting
Yeah,
in
Or just
is
be good at
really really
marketing.
hard. But once you're in, it's a lot easier to like switch and stuff because of the connections. But until you get in, you're gonna struggle.
As for me
I
with
think,
like the
like, a lot of-
mentor, like I don't think I ever really had like someone exclusively that I like helped me draw art, but I'd say like the reason I got into drawing was my older sibling because they're an artist as well.
Oh,
And I kind of like did the like I copied their art when I was little because I was like, oh, I want to draw like that too. So I started drawing like Pokemon, and then like some I think there was like this one drawing they drew, and I just started drawing everyone I knew in that like style,
oh,
like over and over again.
that's so
Um,
sweet.
I'd say like Kat as well and our friend Tiger are kind of like inspirations for me as well, because like I didn't know Kat like when I found her art the first time, because our friend gave it to me and she was like, oh, this is my friend and her art, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, that's so good. So I kind of had more like inspirations than like mentors, I guess.
That's so sweet though.
That's cute as hell.
Adorable. Yeah. Oh.
I have like a vivid memory of like an ex-friend teaching me how to draw like the 90s, 80s kind of like anime eyes, and
Yeah.
that kind of me going to
Yeah.
like the more stylization of anime eyes like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Dorito chin anime sparkly kira kira eyes that you would draw as like a teenager.
The Sailor Moon style, you mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
That's such like a classic like entrance to like the more like anime, I guess, style.
Definitely.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's just like something nostalgic feeling about it,
Yeah.
especially when you got taught by it as a from a friend.
Mhm.
What about you, Kat?
I kind of didn't have anyone to teach me art because I was an only child until I was like 14, 15. And I started drawing in school because, what was it? It was either because of Naruto or because of Hamtaro. Those were like the first things that I saw that really inspired me to like draw. I don't remember what the first thing it was. It was either of the two. And then I started watching YouTube videos of like furry people. And it made me want to get a tablet. So I only drew on paper for a couple of years, and I don't know how to draw on paper like at all.
Yeah, every time you go back to paper now, you want to like Control Z and it doesn't work, and you're like, why? Or
Yeah.
zoom in.
Yeah, and I also okay. So this is another question I wanted to ask you guys. What was your first tablet, and what's your tablet now? Because for me, I had never upgraded. I still have the same tablet, and she's 12 years old.
Damn. Is she still working fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she works perfectly fine. I actually tried to change over to a screen tablet, and it caught me off guard so hard that I stopped drawing for like 9 months. I only recently started drawing again because I started using her again.
Yeah. She's like industrial grade.
Yeah, I
Damn.
eat soup off of her, man. I eat sandwiches and stuff off of her. She's like a plate.
She's a ride or die.
Damn.
I think I had like a pretty big old ass Wacom, like a silver one, I think. She was also like pretty hearty. She died when I was in uni.
Oh no.
Aw.
Yeah. But it was like probably 10 years of me using her. I think I got it when I was like late teens, I think. Before that, I was just pretty much drawing on
Those
paper.
Wacom tablets, like, they don't want to die.
they don't want to die, but somehow she died. She was like, "This is not the right move, girly."
Is it like the Nokia of tablets?
You have to move on.
Yeah, I got the smaller Wacoms that were more affordable for a brief time before I was like, no, I cannot deal with this. I'm used to my big honking kind of tablets. So I sort of waited it out and begged, and now I have like a XP Pen 15.6 something. She's a screen tablet girly, and I was more drawn to it because, especially after my internship experience, I got to use those like Wacom stream tablets, and I was like, oh, I can't live down from this luxury. Like I've been giving the princess treatment. I can't go back. I can't go back. Of course, I don't have Wacom money, so I went for the XP Pen series. She works pretty good. She's not the best, but she's working.
Yeah.
And she gives me the budget princess treatment, which we always work.
She does the job. For me, I think I started on a bamboo tablet that our friend Tiger gave up me, and then after, because she upgraded to a like a screen tablet. I don't remember what kind it was, but she gave me her.
The Intuos that she gave?
Yeah,
you?
it was like an Intuos screen tablet. Yeah, I think it's the one that she gave you. But she also gave me, when she upgraded to that, she gave me her Intuos 5 tablet, which is what I have now. Which is honestly such a good tablet. I've had it for like, I've had it since like 2013, and it's still like, it's going strong. Only flaw is that the like port that you plug it into, like if you move it at all, it disconnects.
Oh.
So you have to like not touch the cord at all.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's pretty good.
I feel that's so bad.
It has so many marks for me drawing on it.
Yeah.
So
Mine is like that
a
too, except it's not even just marks at this point. It's, you can see a whole like area where my hand moves mostly. It's just like the film on it is gone, and it's like a little crater.
I was just about to like jump in, like, yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let me mute my phone. God damn it, Shafi. This is what you get for like South Asian marketing, where everything is fucking loud. But I was just about to interject that. Yeah, the original tablet I had was bamboo, but I just forgot the name, so I said Wacom. Those bamboo shit like lasted for like forever. It's only when like the cable died that cable died when my tablet died.
But I had the tablet. Oh, well, I still have her. I had the tablet before that. So it's even smaller. It's a bamboo pen. And it's like, I think it's like 5x10 space tablet, and I still draw on it.
Yeah, it's not even the size of like a piece of paper. Like that's about, like my tablet is about the size of a piece of paper. Like yours is like,
it's pretty small.
It's like not even half that, like for the actual drawing space.
Yeah, and I think the reason I couldn't switch to an Intuos like screen tablet is because I'm so not used to drawing on paper. It's just like, it's hard to, I can't see. My hands in the way, I can't see what I'm drawing, you know what
Yeah. My first tablet. Okay, so the thing is, because I went to art school, we had to draw. So I didn't have a tablet, but one of my best friends had this Wacom Intuos, and we like worked on that. And I got my first tablet like around graduation from high school for work, and I still have it. I still use that one. Like my first tablet is the Wacom Cintiq 13. I love screen tablets, so I can't work with the non-screen tablets. Like I'm the exact opposite of you. Every time I go and somebody hands me like a non-screen one, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, it's totally, especially when you're mostly used to traditional art, it's so hard to just like look at the screen and not look at where you're drawing. But I started drawing that since I was like 10 or 9. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Gonna have
used
to,
to it,
like,
then it's
retrain.
different again. Yeah.
yeah.
I have to say though, like with the screen tablets, one of the more annoying things is when you have the drawing program open on the tablet and then one on your window, like on your monitor, and then the colors are completely different because they use like different things. It's like,
Yes.
which one is the correct one? I don't know.
Yes.
It's the one on the monitor. It's always the one on the big monitor.
Good to know. Good to know.
Because like the screen tablets, they have like a matte-ish kind of coating on top of it to give that paper-like texture. That fucks up the colors that we see.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Me and Gum were talking about this earlier, and I wanted to ask you guys. Feel free to not answer if you don't want to, but have you guys drawn any boobas or benis?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody just yes.
Kitty, yeah. Penis, I'm not interested in them, so I never did.
That's so valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mostly do it like when I draw like that too, like NSFW. It's like personal.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
it pays so well. Like that community
Yes.
of artists, like
Especially
if
the
you're looking
furries.
for
Oh my
work,
gosh.
yeah,
true.
and
The
they will
furries
like
want that so bad.
like my brother's boyfriend. He does like furry NSFW commissions, and he makes so much money from just like one commission. It's crazy.
I'm scared,
haven't-
but also I get it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it. I've avoided looking at that, but like,
I'm actually trying
Like-
to get into the not safe for work commission scene. I made a Twitter, and I think one of my followers, she's very nice, and she has very good art too. I think she's been waiting for me to make an account like that because she immediately followed the moment I posted the link to it.
Yes, we love a loyal.
Yes.
You love a
follower
loyal
base.
person.
Yeah. Okay, I need you guys' opinions because you are all artists, so I need that feedback. I was also thinking of making an NSFW like Twitter, and so my name right now is like Shokorito. I was thinking Cock Orito.
yeah.
Yes,
That would be so good.
perfect.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, I'll do it after we record.
I guess like, I never really had like confidence to do NSFW art, especially publicly myself, because I still don't. I'm not satisfied with my ability to do anatomy well enough to do NSFW art to my satisfaction.
I was gonna say that, like,
I feel that.
the not safe for work artists, holy crap, their anatomy is insane. They're so good. Like, I mean, obviously, because they have to.
render liquids. Fucking photorealistic. How the fuck am I supposed to emulate like liquids on fur or skin like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
What?
True.
Yeah, there's some artists that are so good at that, and I look at it, I'm like, wow. Like obviously you must have been doing this for a long time because holy shit.
Sometimes a
But-
friend, like, do friends do that? They like catch you watching, like more like not safe for work art, and they're like, why are you? Is that like your kink? And then you're like, no, I'm looking because I want to figure out how they did that. How did they draw
I'm
it?
looking at it from an artist
I'm
at,
admiring
like-
the art. I'm not
Literally.
I'm not getting off on it. Okay.
Like the horny is like sometimes like a secondary thought. Like yeah, sure,
Yeah.
horny, but look at how they fucking rendered skin. Look at
Exactly.
how they did the lighting.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Look at the shine, man. Like,
Like, are those veins? Can I actually see like blood through them? What the fuck is going on with this? Sure, this is the most raunchiest horn dog thing I've ever seen in my life, but holy fuck, you are talented.
Like respect. I will say, like, I think that like honestly drawing like NSFW or even like tasteful nudity is like so good for like anatomy.
Yes,
Like just to
Yes.
practice.
definitely.
Like to practice anatomy, I go to Quick Poses. It's just like a website that gives you like tons of like reference images. And you can just like you can pick like clothed options, like nudity, profiles, hands, feet, like all that kind of stuff, and it just gives you a bunch of reference pictures.
Yeah.
And I just like I give myself
Give us
like
the linky bestie.
yeah, there's like a timer on the website, so it'll give you like 30 seconds with one picture to just like quick sketch it, and then like it'll go to the next one. So you have to like keep going.
Oh, I remember that website. Yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps you from like focusing too much
Mhm.
on like the details, and then you just get through it just for like the basic shapes and everything. It's really convenient, honestly. It improved my anatomy like a lot, so I recommend it.
Yes.
I'll send the link.
Yeah, please send the link again.
Yeah. Zebi, I think you're also like right about like how a lot of artists just get lost in like the details instead of focusing in the bigger picture.
Definitely, yeah.
I do that.
I think that's something that made my
Yeah.
art look really off a lot of the time, was that I would like focus on these small details that I did not want to change at all, because I was like, oh, this looks so good, but it made the rest of the picture just feel completely off. So like being
Yeah.
able to like look at the bigger aspect of it than just focusing on like micro details.
Yeah.
Honestly, it helped me so much. It's so hard to train your brain out of that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when
Yeah.
you have like a perfectionist mindset and you want to make
Mhm.
every little detail look good, and you're like, oh, this looks perfect already. I can't change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you
then
just have to.
Yeah.
so it's best to just like not have that perfectionist mindset, especially with drawing, because nobody's gonna look at the art with the same magnifying glass that you have, because you know every single detail of what you've done.
You've lived through it.
Yeah. I've got scars from it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think that's why I don't really do a lot of fan art from like shows and books and stuff that I really, really love, or games, because in my mind, like my artwork can never be as perfect as like the character in the show. So I just
Aw,
never
God.
attempted, which I know is a stupid way to think, but again, the perfectionist mindset. It's like if I can't like capture the likeness of the character, then I'm just not gonna draw them at all. The only
yeah.
in my whole life, I think I've only ever finished one fan art, and that was of Ida from Owl House, and that's like the only thing I'm
Aw.
okay with. But I'm
I feel like she would look great in your style, though.
For real.
thank you.
She
Wait,
does,
I can
she
send
does.
it to you if you want, if you're interested.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Yes, please.
Gonna
I'm so
just-
glad you said that though, because I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Like
I
the fan art thing. Yeah, please tell
yeah,
me.
sorry. But like I feel the same way because I have so much fan art that I've started, but it just like it never feels like the actual like media. So it
Yes.
just you just get like so disheartened from it. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
like, wow, this like it looks so gorgeous, and then you try and
Yeah.
replicate the character, and it's just there's something not right about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I feel
especially
that
when
way.
the media is really
Yeah.
stylized, and
Mhm.
and it like if you try to translate it to your style, it just doesn't look correct.
Yeah, because the style always adds to like the character and stuff.
Mhm.
So it just
Yeah.
it's so hard to replicate it.
Yeah,
I also had like that struggle for a while, but I find like, especially making like fan merchandise for convention or anime conventions and stuff like that, I just had to like let go of that, and I'm like, it's cute enough, it's pretty enough, it's you can tell which character it is. People
Yeah.
like it, people
That's
buy
true.
it. Just
But-
put it out into the world.
Yeah.
Les, with like
they
merch
know which one it
design-
is.
Literally. But with merch design, I have a favorite artist who I always buy shirts from when she releases new designs. But in my mind, I'm like, I'll only ever release any like merch, physical merch stuff if I myself would be willing to buy the design. So I'm like never happy with the design, so I like never produce any merch stuff. It's just endless circle of perfectionism, and if it's not good enough, just don't even start it.
I think
We really
you
gotta get out of this kind of
underestimate how
mindset.
good your art is. I do that too, but I have been like surprised quite a few times because there is some art that I'm not the proudest of, and I still put it out because a deadline is a deadline.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta make shit. A profit is a profit. But I wasn't. There was like a few things that I put out and I didn't like it. I wasn't expecting the kind of like positive reception I would get for some things. Same like vice versa. Some things I'm like I put my whole elbow in, and my sweat and blood and tears, and I love it. I love what I made, and I would buy it if I was like a customer. But no one wanted that shit. It's weird. Because sometimes the things that you make for you and yourself and what you think might be marketable isn't what people gravitate towards.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely like if people can't connect with it, people don't want it, which is it's very hard to connect with, especially when you want to do like original things, like original designs on art. I feel like a lot of the time people gravitate more towards like fandom stuff because it's easier to connect to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless
Like they have
you're
an
an established
attachment already.
artist, it's sort of hard to do original art. I've been lucky so far.
Yeah.
I've been pretty doing like sort of 50 or 60-40% of like fan art and original art, and people do like the original art I make. It's just I don't know how to streamline it into something that's noticeably me. That's still something I had to figure out in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I definitely think of you as more of just like an original artist than a fandom artist.
same.
Because I think like I never really post about the fan art I make for merchandise stuff because like I don't want to get in trouble.
True. I do see like a lot of the merch you do like end up going with on the convention. So I guess I do see it, but in my mind you're still like an OG artist for me, like
Yeah.
OC artist and stuff. I don't know. Yeah.
But I do want to explore more of my OG stuff one day because like okay, I think one of the things that have been like contributing to my recent burnout is I've been trying to complete like the whole collection of English VTubers from a certain company that I will not name. They have too many people. They keep coming up with too many new people. And I only like one person. I only started this whole bullshit because I just like one VTuber.
I remember I was sitting with Laz in voice chat when she was like finishing up the last people, and then the like VTuber
There's
company
2 more groups left.
announced
There's 2 more
a new
groups
group
left.
in that like department, and Laz was like, "No, please."
I was gonna say, if it's a company I'm thinking about, they just released new people.
Yeah, Laz screamed in voice chat.
I'm at the point where like I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm just gonna try and sell out of all of the stickers I do have, or like give them away eventually. I want them gone, and if I do fan art of the person that I like, it's just gonna be them.
Yeah.
I just want to do the stuff that I'm really into. I want to fucking draw fan art of Bluey.
Yes.
Bluey merch from you would be awesome. I would love to see that.
For real.
The Bluey background artists did some of the most amazing. I love that background style so much.
It's so cute.
Bluey
It's
is so good.
cute. I have to get into it. It's like on my list. It's waiting. I need to start watching it. I've only seen clips on YouTube, and I'm like, I want to watch it so bad. But like,
I watch
Even
it
though
and then I forget where I start because I stop because I need to go to sleep, and I'm like, where do I go again? And then I just have to watch
And then
it
start to watch over.
and then never get any further.
I love Bluey from like not even an art aspect. It's just a very wholesome family.
yeah,
It's nice to
Yeah.
see.
It's like the show that kids need right now.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
so much
And
like
parents
kids
need.
media right now that's just like just so weird and like I don't understand how it's like entertaining for children, you know? Like obviously kids
Yeah.
are entertained by things that adults are just like what? But like Bluey is just like wholesome. It like goes over things that are just like really real from like what I've seen of it. And like it's just cute. Like my little brother who is I mean, he's not little, but he's like 21 now.
Little
He was
brother.
like in my parents' room watching it at like 9 p.m. I'm like, okay, I see you. Like, respect.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
just a
love
good
Bluey.
show.
Yes.
Adults and kids gravitate towards it because it sort of teaches you how to be a good human and how
Yeah.
to
I
accept
always-
other people's flaws and your own flaws too.
I always read the comments of Bluey like videos, and everybody is always like, "Oh, I'm like a X-year-old adult. I don't have any kids, but this taught me how to blah blah blah, and I'm like, yes, go girl, learn.
It just shows that
Thank
you're never too old to learn anything.
Literally.
And to have more empathy towards the world and other people.
I feel like a lot of like people that are adults, like, or become adults more recently, kind of needed that when they were little.
Oh,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it
Like,
kind
I
of
feel like
teaches you
there's-
how to be like a good
I feel like-
parent.
Yeah, it teaches everyone. It's a very good life lesson.
Like a
show.
parent, a friend, a sibling, just how to be a decent human being.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of shows like that when we were little.
No.
Like,
yeah,
I
I'd say
feel
like
like-
No, it was mostly like kids against adults, which I understood the sentiment back then.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, Asian upbringing and all that stuff, but it was even if my parents were considered liberal to general crowd, the majority type of like parenting is like authoritarian kind of parenting,
Yeah.
and this
And my
kind of
family-
felt like
Oh,
Nice.
you go first.
no, that's I'm done.
Oh, okay. And my family is the kind of people too where they don't like to express their emotions very often. And only recently my dad has been saying I love you at the end of phone calls and things like that. But probably just because I'm not there anymore, so we don't talk as much. Like
he's
every day.
realized how much he misses you.
Yeah, probably. But it's just, especially when you're little, it's very important to show like your emotions so your kids know that it's not something that they should hide.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like a lot
'cause-
of us are like emotionally constipated to say because we
Yeah.
never really taught how to deal with stuff. Our
Yeah,
emotions was like considered sort of like a burden, so we never really know how to deal with things. No,
yeah. And then the older generation is like, oh, they don't know what to do. It's like, you never taught us how to do it. That's why.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was like in school, I was like, how the fuck do taxes work? Like, I wish they would teach.
Yes,
I wish they would teach us how to live in school, but they don't do that.
yes.
Ugh. I had to literally
How to
ask my
change
parents, like,
tires.
can you please teach me about taxes? How does this? I have no. What do I do? I have no clue.
Yeah, I barely even know how to do taxes. I just go to
Same.
TurboTax.
how to
I'm-
clean instead of getting yelled at that you're doing it wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, it makes it so much more intimidating too when you're like, when I became like a legal adult, I think
Mhm.
everything became just so much more intimidating because I was like, I realized I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, because
Because
you're
they
like in
just
the
don't
middle
set
of
you
it
up
now.
for it. So I literally spent 2 years playing Blade and Soul and doing nothing with my life.
Yeah.
Like straight 2 years every day, I would get up, play the game, and go to sleep. Cat was the same. And then we
Yeah.
played with our friend Tiger. So it's just like, if you don't have like the motivation to do stuff or even know slightly how to do something, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just, it creates like a wall for like your improvement with that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-mm. And I think like now with the prevalence of internet and social media, it's easier to find resources for the things that we want to know now.
Yeah.
We
But-
didn't have that back then.
But you also have to be careful
Yeah.
because there's so much information. You're gonna have to like look through which one applies to you, which one's like up to date and correct.
True,
And
true.
it's-
The same thing
Yeah.
goes for like the art tutorials right now.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the TikTok tutorial artist that's like getting dragged for their less than racially kind
Oh.
tutorial?
Oh.
Oh no, I'm not really keeping up with
Mm-mm.
art's TikTok that much. But
I won't name them
okay.
because we don't want to get in trouble. But their art style is very anime-ish, East Asian and Eurocentric beauty standards,
Oh.
so to say.
Mhm.
So in a drawing of a black lady, she corrected it with trying to mush the afro kind of like features into the anime style, and it was not yes.
Ugh.
Oh.
So they've pretty
Wow.
much been like sort of like a laughing stock, which is not good. Like, it's good to like call people out, but not to like constantly use them as like a punching bag.
Yeah.
About like a lot of their art styles, which don't really abide by a lot of like human anatomy, because different people from different parts of the world look different and they have different features.
That's what makes us also
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And constantly trying to shove everyone into that handsome or pretty quotation marks around everything anime kind of aesthetic, especially the East Asian beauty standards, is just rubbing a lot of
Yeah.
people the wrong way. And
Yeah, no, understandable.
I feel like that's definitely one thing about like the artist community as a whole that's just like there's not like more so nowadays there's so many like tutorials that people give on like how to draw like certain features on people, which is like we didn't have that when like we were younger.
Yeah.
But like seeing all of that now, like I've realized how much like I could improve like my art style just from like drawing different features and like different body types. And it's just like it was like when I was little, like I thought like, oh, there's one type of like body, there's one type of face that you can draw, and like I just never
Yeah.
reached out from that.
Yeah, because
Especially
those
like
art
the limited kind
tutorials.
of tutorials that we got.
Yeah.
Especially those art tutorials where especially back then too, there was only those kinds of art tutorials where it's like draw women with big hips and draw men with a square upper body. Yeah.
Just a square shape.
What is it? The Pixar mom anatomy kind of thing. Yes. I really appreciate like every person that takes their time to make tutorials on how they do art, etc. But one thing I really hate about tutorials is this is how you correctly draw XY. Like there's no way to draw correctly unless it's like specific, unless you want to do like a specific thing. Art is very under quotation free. You should draw however you want. Everything's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
And
it's not like
really hard
offensive,
to,
it's like
break yourself out of those kind of like cycles.
Yeah.
Because it's what you grew on, is what basically was your basics, and now you have to like adapt
Yeah.
and not be a dick.
for real.
Doesn't take lots for that, you know, just but some people still fail. Do you guys have any like worst things clients did or funny things they did stories? Or like what's like the weirdest thing they commissioned you for?
Nothing's coming to mind. You guys go first.
For me, there was a couple instances. There was the first time someone actually made me change my TOS because of what.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God. The rule maker.
But it was so before, when I did commissions for like DeviantArt points, I was getting more professional, quote unquote, with it. So I made a TOS and like how I do stuff and the order of like payment and stuff.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would send a sketch and then they would pay. Oh no, I would finish the whole thing and then I do a sketch now and then they pay and then I finish it. But before, it would be that I finish the whole thing and then they pay, and that's just like not at all good. So what happened was they said that everything was good except like the way that I drew the ear, like one ear. And they wanted me to redo the whole thing because of it.
Because of one ear?
Yeah, so I said I can redo the ear, but I don't want to redo the whole thing if you just don't not like the ear. And they got really mad at me and didn't pay me for it.
Oh, that's why you need to take payment up front.
Yeah, so that's why I do the sketch and the payment before I finish the whole thing now.
Wish you could trust people that like easily, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you're little, you don't like realize that not everyone is gonna be trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You told me about that. I was like, that's so silly.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I've never had any instances like that. Like, I think, like, I had, like, this person that I knew on DeviantArt that, like, we started talking about one of my characters, because, I made my character Winston, and, which looks totally different from me, but, they were really interested in. They were like, "Oh, he's so cool! Like, can I make a girlfriend for him?" And I was like, "Okay." So we like started RPing in those good old days, and like with the characters,
Good old days.
And then they started like they were like, "Oh, can you draw them like doing this?" And at that time, I didn't realize that they were just trying to get like free art out of me because they kept asking me to draw them, even though I was kind of like not really into like the like characters because it was just like I don't know. Their character was like literally that character that's like, oh, it's just a girl and it's this character's boyfriend. That's all it felt like.
Yeah,
just like they wanted to ship.
Especially since now Winston is a gay guy, so
well, he's bi, but he does have a boyfriend. Actually, wait, no, he's pan. Forgetting my own character details, but yeah, I've never really had any like commission like troubles that were like so major that I had to like change my TOS. But here and there, it's always like a little tricky because people just like don't understand something about my TOS or like whatever. But
you know what I just added recently, because people have been having like really bad trouble with it, is you cannot use my artwork for AI generation.
Yes, so many artists have that in TOS now. Or like even with NFTs, like you're not allowed to sell it as NFTs. You're not allowed to use it in AI.
because it's technically their property, so they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I gotta add that to my TOS.
Yeah.
Same.
Because I remember why I added it was someone I follow. There was a VTuber that commissioned them, and they like ran it through an AI generator, and they were so pissed about it.
Oh.
Like of course.
Yeah. Because like I think the whole reason they commissioned them was because they're kind of a small artist, so they didn't have to pay as much as they would like other artists for the same art that would be similar to the AI that they did it through.
Yeah. God. People are so untrustworthy these days.
Yeah.
Les, do you have any stories?
Okay, I don't have like commission stories per se because so far I've just been commissioned by friends. And when you're friends, you can yell back at them.
It's true. You don't gotta be shy about that.
I guess like not necessarily unsavory experiences, but I kind of do like this thing on Twitch where I do doodle redeems when people reach like a certain higher amount of points. Because it's kind of fun for me to like break the flow of things and just make some things that whatever people want to a certain extent. I can decline. So my VTuber wifey, they adore giving me curse prompts.
Oh, what curse prompts?
Let me just pull out some stuff. This is like the old one to give you a taste.
Was it Spoonie?
Yeah. I love them, but also they're so cursed. And this was the most recent cursed stuff. And
sensual spooning. No, not the twerking.
There was this huge goth titty version of someone's character that was also a weird vibe, but I did it because it was for the memes.
Big titty.
And then there was draw your sleep paralysis demon.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, that's actually kind of cool. That's a cool prompt.
Yeah, I don't have one that I know of, but the rest of it is.
Oh, that's
my
really good.
She looks like this paralysis demon looks like the lady from not Shrek, Jesus Christ, Lilo and Stitch, the alien lady. Oh God, what's her name?
Yeah, maybe that influenced me. I have like another ghosty one that I drew for a person to convey the actual demon that they had to face because somebody was being dumb with a Ouija board.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
Saint
wow.
Bernard. That was, I guess that's also like a uncomfortable position where people were just asking for free art.
Oh yeah. That's always sucks.
What about you, Choco?
I'm kind of in the same situation as you, that most of my like commissioners are friends or friends of friends, so I know they can be trusted. And like the only it's not okay, it is weird, but like Gurm is like my client with the weirdest fucking prompts and requests.
Yeah, I see that bead that you posted in chat.
Yeah, let me send it to you guys again. So he once asked me to, not Kirby, what's the other one? The one from Pokemon, the singing fluff ball.
Jiggly?
Yeah,
Or
Jiggly. And like
Oh
he
my
wanted
God.
a bee with big fat tits, and then like Jiggly. Kirby always asks me for like the weirdest shit, but he pays, so I draw.
So true. I remember I made that like those pictures for you, Choco, and also Gerb of your like
Oh, the
characters,
piss
like,
one, yes.
yeah, the piss ones. I was like, I wanted to post them, but I was like, I probably should post this to like my Twitter because I don't want people like be like, what is happening?
You know what's so
they were so
funny?
much fun to
Scared
draw,
to ask
though.
me to draw the weird shit.
I have all your commissions still saved, Zevi. Like, Gurm always
yay.
sends it to me. Like the Valentine's one.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yes, it was so cute.
Too good.
Every time Gurm like wins these art contests or like asks for commissions, he always sends it to me. It's like, Choco, what do you think? I'm like, yes, perfect.
Yay. Yippee.
And
Were you
Gurm
gonna
is
say
like
something,
so
Kat?
nice to draw. Because it's
What?
like drawing a hug.
Yeah.
A cursed hug, but a hug nonetheless.
What's funny is Gurm also asked me to draw a bee with tits too. Not for a commission, but just because I was asking for people to give me stuff to draw on stream.
That was ground zero.
The idea, like the seed planted in his head, and then he was like, Choco, I need you to draw a boobie. So here we
I
are.
think that's Gerb's original OC is bee with tits.
Literally. I love Gurm. I'm so glad. And he's always like, who else am I gonna commission for weird shit? You're the like only friends I know, so he always asks either you or me. It's always so funny. And it's always so unexpected, out of nowhere. He like DMs me at 3 a.m. my time and he's like, Choco, bee with big boobs. And then I'm like, what? And he's like, oh fuck, I don't have any money. I'll come back to you in a couple of months. And then he just does. I love him. I love him so much.
He's such a great idea generator. I love seeing
Literally.
weird shit that he prompts you both to do.
Who needs AI prompts when you have Gurm?
So true.
Is there anything you guys had like wished to have known before you started art, and how has your like style evolved from then after all this knowledge and trauma from clients?
I think so when I first started art, I only drew furries. I never drew humans. And I think that really impacted how I draw anatomy and stuff like that because they're furries.
Yeah, their anatomy is like different from humans.
Yeah, and especially with the way I draw legs on the furries, it's so different from like humans and humanoid creatures. And I only recently, I would say like in the past couple years, started drawing humans. So I think if I could go, well, I don't know if I would want to change anything, honestly, because I really do like how my style has evolved. I think the only thing I would change is, I would say, don't shade with black airbrush.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Black shading is generally a big no-go.
Unless it's like a
Yes.
stylized image, then yeah, don't shade with black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'd say I'm probably like very similar. Like I have like the opposite experience where like I started drawing humans, but I've only recently started drawing like anthro characters,
Mm-hmm.
which is honestly a lot of fun. Like that and like just like humanoid animals of all kinds. Like
Yeah.
I've been like drawing like my sonas a lot and stuff. Like I have in the past like year or two, I have like 4 personas. Like
yeah,
it's
I
not
made
good.
like 3 of
It's
them.
like an addiction at this point. Yeah, she's made like all of them for me, and I'm just like, oh, I love this design. I love this design. So I just like have so many at this point. But yeah, I don't. There's not like really anything that I think I really would have like needed to know myself. Maybe like not getting too down on myself for like not being able to draw, I guess,
Mhm.
or like I don't know. I feel like it's all just like a huge experience, so there's nothing I can pinpoint for like what I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I
But
guess like
uh,
continue.
I guess I wish I knew how like much I would have like improved. Like being able to like look back on art and see like how much I've since I started drawing is like it always like makes me feel so much better
Yeah.
like about my art. It's like I could
Mm.
be still at this point if I hadn't like learned anything.
I wish I just did more studies, human, animals, everything, because I'm lazy. I just want to get to the good shit, but no, you have to get to the boring shit so the things get better. I wish I knew, but it didn't really like get implanted into my head firmly until recently. Like I've been severely underpricing myself, and I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, no shit,
And
girl.
Absolutely.
I need to. I'll have you look over my prices so we can make them reasonable. But
At least 1K.
I don't know if this applies for you, for the rest of you either, but actually appreciating the art that we do have, because we're good, even if we don't feel like it all the time. We
Mhm.
put a shit ton of effort and time and trauma into our art.
For real.
And-
Trauma.
and
Yeah.
what we make brings people joy and brings us joy too. And yeah, I just wish I did the boring stuff to get good, because I did start with humans, and I'm like Zebby, I only recently started drawing like furries because humans were making me lose it.
Understandable.
And I just wish that I put more hard work into it.
Oh,
'Cause
you already
whenever
worked
we
really
try
hard.
to settle down and go through the boring stuff, it feels like we never have enough time as adults. We had all the time in the world to, as kids, to rapidly evolve, improve, and work on ourselves, but it's harder as an adult to make the time to improve ourselves.
Yeah.
For real.
I've been thinking. I really want to get more into like horror art, but also like okay, I don't know what the style is called, but like the Discord background that you can see, like painterly. Because I work a lot with like line art and stuff, so I kind of want to go away from that and just focus on brushstrokes and just that kind of thing.
Because it does look good from what you've been experimenting so far.
What?
What you've been experimenting with so far is looking good.
The body
And you
horror.
look like you're having fun.
fun. Thank you. I really like horror and body horror. I just never draw it. And I definitely should do it more. For sure.
You should make a character that's just like a body horror character if you don't have one already.
I mean, I'm
It's
currently
coming,
doing
it's on the
that
way.
because it's my bachelor thesis, actually. I'm doing it right
Oh.
now.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it to be done.
Yes, me too. I'm like currently rigging it, so but wait, I'll send it. Are you guys okay with body horror and trypophobia and stuff?
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Share them.
It's loading. The file is too big. But like on the topic of body horror, I was a couple years back when like the whole horror game boom was going on.
Oh, that's so cool. Such a cool
That's
character.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I love the mushroom.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Super cool.
Thank you. And the topic was like mushroom body horror, so yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me toggle to my PNG because I'm getting tired of the 3D.
Yes. So I was reading about this a couple years back when the whole horror game boom was around. How artists, like a lot of the game artists, need therapy after like horror games because
Oh no.
they
Oh,
or
shit.
like they should go to therapy because they have to like research, when like a zombie gets ripped apart, like the organs and the innards and or like burn victims, how they look.
Oh.
And I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I would also need therapy if I had to research that for like projects for sure.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Never thought about that because yeah,
Especially
you have to
with,
base it off
like-
of like a real life. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially how you feel after you play a game. I can imagine like having to do all the fine detailing.
Yeah.
About it.
Ugh. Like that tweet changed my life for real. When I read it, I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
yeah, not to mention like I'm sure they have like deadlines and stuff. So like you're working under stress and then also working with stressful content. So it's
Definitely.
Yeah.
like yeah.
It seems like commercialized creative industries just kind of like use us and burn us out. Cheers out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why some companies are turning to AI because they're like, oh, it's easy. I don't have to pay someone, but like also the quality is.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
every artist like just
So
decided
silly.
to stop drawing, at least online, like never ever put anything online again, I feel like the AI generators would sooner or later like not have enough results for prompts. Like
Yeah.
they already have, but if everything gets deleted and stuff.
Or like
Yeah.
revert to the same thing over and over again until it becomes like
Yeah.
Yeah. Until nothing
a
is
said
original.
amalgamation of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people just don't realize that AI relies on artists. So
Literally.
Yeah.
it's like you might as well just pay the artist. Just give them money, please.
Yeah.
Please, I
Like,
have a
use actual
family
human
to
being.
feed.
Like I feel like humans can like flex and like adapt to stuff too. So like and like they make like such original stuff too because like no AI can like replicate like the brain of an artist, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's just so many more possibilities. It's,
Mm.
like I don't know why you wouldn't want to like go for an artist.
And like from a
Yeah.
POC person's point of view, no AI can properly replicate the cultural context behind things too.
Yeah.
It can feel like
Yeah.
a shitty appropriation of shit, but I wouldn't really expect like an AI to properly depict my culture, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd hate that so much. Also, I feel like it's better to hire a human because with AI there's still so much like legal problems. Like, do you really
Yeah.
want to go
Yeah.
through the chance of getting sued and just wasting more money? Just hire a human.
For real.
I mean, do you guys have anything else to talk about? Gurm DM'd me something that he wanted to ask. Do you think art as a whole is undervalued, and how do you balance working and making art? I mean,
Mm,
yeah.
that's a good
I have
question.
no balance. art is my work.
Yeah, but you have like work art, and then you have like art to blow off steam, right?
I haven't been doing that, and I recently got scolded about it.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you better do that,
But it's
otherwise
something
you'll
that I'm
get
trying
another
to do. It's
scolding.
something I'm trying to do.
I'd say that I do think in certain areas art is very undervalued, especially in like the commercialized aspect of it. It seems people don't seem to value artists at all.
Yeah.
And for depending on what like niche you're in, and depending on what type of following you have too, I feel like artists don't appreciate your originality, or not artists, but people that, especially I think artists, when they see other artists' art, it's different, but people that don't draw, I don't think they appreciate it as much as someone would that knows what it's like to make your own art and things like that.
Yeah.
And especially people that just like artists for certain things, it's like you probably don't appreciate the art in the same way that another person who knows what goes into art probably appreciates it more.
You see that especially with animation. I feel like when people on Twitter talk about animation, they're like, "Oh, this sucked," or "They should have changed blah 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 in this scene." And then, like, as an animator or as an artist who like didn't work on the movie but who has like the background knowledge, you just think it wouldn't work this way, or it wouldn't fit the flow. It wouldn't fit it wouldn't fit that. Like, there's definitely this behind the scenes view that helps understand why and why not, and just to hear somebody who has nothing to do with this like industry shit talk about it, it just makes you disappointed and angry. Like, that's not how it works.
It's easy to shit on something that you don't do.
Literally.
Glad you said that, because I remember there was like a specific instance that I was getting really upset about. Like, that was when Chainsaw Man started coming out.
Yes.
People were getting so upset about like this one scene of Denji like walking on something. And they were like, "Oh, it looks like weird and not natural." And like people were like, "This, like, it's terrible just because of that." Like, the animation was like terrible, but like like, it's all these people who probably, one, I mean, I'm just assuming, have either never animated or like, and like, this is coming from someone who only is briefly animated. Like, I'm not saying I know all there is to know about animation, because I don't. But it's just, there's so much that goes into it, from like, just like these small details to like actually like drawing frames and like editing and like all that stuff is like crazy. And people just don't seem to like, they just see one thing that's like wrong with it and they're like, "Oh, this is bad."
Yeah.
Like, they don't understand like how much effort like goes into things, and how much work, like, just even to like understand and like, you know, like, what's the word, like, properly like space things out, and like, I don't know,
all the different factors that go into it, they just don't take that into account.
Because I mean, part of it is that they just don't understand, which is like not, it's like not their fault, but it's just, it's people are so quick to hate on stuff like that. Like, if they don't like it, or like just not, or they just don't like it for like one reason.
And I mean, that's your right to not like it. Like, you can say you don't like it without experience, but
to say something is just like bad because you think something is wrong with it, it's like, that's it's so like disheartening for the people that like put
there's
the effort
tons of
into
things
it.
that I don't like, but I keep my mouth shut, you know what I mean?
I mean, like, art takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of effort to make bad shit too.
And art's not perfect either.
Especially when, like, something that gets me really upset is when, especially like nowadays, because kids nowadays are super into social media. When kids will post their artwork and it's, you know, not the best because they're a kid, obviously, and people are like, "Oh, this sucks," and then because people are saying that they're doing good and they should keep up drawing and things like that in the comments. People are like, why are people saying this? It sucks. It's like, because it's a kid that needs to improve. It's like, when you're a kid and people say that to you, it's literally the worst feeling, and it makes you not want to do it ever again.
Yeah. Like especially when you're a kid, you need that like support, because you don't know if that kid actually has any support from anywhere else.
Exactly.
For all you know, the internet might be their only source of like support and motivation.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially with like the internet critique culture, quotation marks.
Oh yeah.
Things, people don't have like the tact or the empathy or like the polite judgment to be as encouraging as it should be. And I feel like a lot of kids are like also stressed out and with the pressure of like, oh, someone my age is already drawing this amazing art, I have to push myself to be amazing and stuff like that. And because I'm not at that level yet, and it's kind of heartbreaking to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very good.
And seeing all that, like all of the like, you know, established artists, it's so intimidating sometimes. Like I can't imagine myself being that good in the slightest.
So having that validation from like just anyone makes you feel better.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine to
we all have, like, people
sometimes
who
compare
encourage
yourself
this.
to other people, but if it like defines your whole thing constantly, it's obviously not good for you. It will break you for sure.
Yeah.
Because like even when we were drawing like shitty little Dorito chin anime kind of stuff, we had people who were encouraging us too. Yeah, there were shitty people too. Yeah, but at least we had people who were supporters of us like that.
Yeah.
And everything I feel like online is just so amplified and magnetized.
Yeah.
Magnified? Yeah, magnified.
Yeah.
I kind of feel sorry for the kids.
It's super not friendly anymore. There's like nobody has any empathy for anyone else anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely like a detachment like in the internet because of that, where it's like, oh, I can't see them in person, so I can just be as mean as I want.
Yeah, it's always been like that, but I feel like nowadays it's just people have gotten very cold.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are still people like on Twitter. There are a few people that like will comment on my stuff, and like I always see them like liking my art, and I'm like, wow, like this person gets it. Like I appreciate
No, definitely.
you.
I feel like especially it's very 50-50 with the art community. There's a lot of new people that are just very callous, but there's also people that love art and appreciate it and want to lift other artists up.
And acknowledge that there is someone behind that art, not just like
you're
an emotionless creature. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just a dickbag who posts their AI art prompts.
Yeah.
I was looking for a tweet. I can't find it anymore. Because of the movie talk we had a little bit earlier about the they see a scene in the movie and immediately assume the whole animation is garbage. I had the exact opposite of the Pinocchio movie. The like I think it was stop motion or 3D animation or whatever. The newest one. There was a scene where the fox smiles into the camera, and it was so freaking sexy that I wanted to watch the Pinocchio movie. It was like the exact opposite of it was so like ugly that you wanted to stay away. It was the exact opposite. It was like, oh my god, the animation is so well done. I need to watch this movie, and then I never got to it. But then I heard from other people that apparently the animation wasn't that good. But I was like, this is literally the only scene I'm looking forward to in the movie. I just need to see this fox.
It's like all of the budget went into that like one scene.
That's what I feel like because it was so fucking sexy. I need to find it. I need to show it to you guys. It was so freaking sexy.
Confirmed.
No, it was so hot. Ugh, I need to find this. God damn it.
It's also like interesting too because like it's hard. Like I've found that I have to like watch something myself to like get my own opinion on it. Like I mean it should always be that way, but like even more so now because people have such like harsh or like specific opinions on stuff. Like it'll either be like really good or like really bad. So like
there's
like you can't really go off of what people say or think about something because it's very biased. So like being able to like actually sit down and watch something yourself is like I feel like the best option. So you can get your own opinion. Because even if people say it's bad, you might actually love it, you know?
Yeah. It just depends on your preference for things.
Yeah,
because nothing is made to cater to literally everyone. So
yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I like that a lot of people think is bad. So.
The worst feeling is when you're like gushing about one of your interests to someone who has like nothing to do with that. For example, me as an artist, I would gush about some animation or art stuff. But to someone who is working in a completely different field and then they're super dismissive about the interests, God, it hurts. Like, come on, just be happy for me. You don't even have to talk to me about it. Just
I just need to spout about my interests.
Literally,
I need to get all this energy out.
Let me info dump.
Literally, just shut up, sit there, and just nod every couple of minutes. That's it.
Listen to my hyperfixation, please.
Dude, I have such bad hyperfixation, and it's very noticeable in like movies and shows, especially shows. I was obsessed with Criminal Minds, and I like binge watched the first 13 seasons, I think, and then like just from one day to another, immediately lost my like hyperfixation was gone, and I had it with games too. Like at the moment, I'm super into Valorant. But like my hyperfixation with Genshin is gone, with Honkai is gone. It's horrible. I just want to be able to enjoy normally, but it's literally like a couple of months super hyperfixated on something, and then the next day I'm like, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
I get that too. Like I'll get like really like into something, and then immediately it just drops off, and I never touch it.
Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I want to like revisit it again and maybe try to do fan art for it finally, but.
I feel like I like burn myself out with like my interests. Like I'll just be so into it, and then I'll just like it'll drop off because I'm just like I can't enjoy this as much anymore.
Yeah. So this isn't really art related, but about the like same thing with the hyperfixation. Because I have anxiety, I prefer rewatching movies. I already know how like the ending goes.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah, and I hate finishing shows. Like there are so many shows that I just haven't finished. Like I'm so close to the end, and then I stop. It's like only 2 episodes left until it's over, and I like stop because in my mind, like I'm like, if I never finish it, it's never done. I never watch it. I'm like, are you stupid? God,
I'm so glad that there's someone else that feels that way. Yes, I do that all the time. Kat gets mad at me sometimes because there'll be like things that I'm like, oh, I don't want to finish this because I don't want it to end, or
literally.
Like I just like get anxious because of like some plot development that happens. So I'm like, I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to know what happens because I don't want to be sad.
I had the biggest struggle with like Arcane because the good thing about Arcane, other than like the animation stuff, it's really really good. But the story is so heartbreaking. I know myself. I knew that if I had watched that show alone, I would not have finished it. That's why somebody was like always streaming in voice chat. So I was sitting there and watching it, and they finished it. So obviously I like finished with them, and literally I don't want to be sad. So I know that every time there's a sad show, I just wouldn't watch it or like wouldn't finish it.
Yeah. Do you think there's gonna be a sequel to Arcane?
Emotional support buddy.
Yes,
I think there is.
I follow the art studio, the animation studio that does it, and they are currently producing it, like in a production.
Oh yes, yeah, because it left on like a cliffhanger, so it's like there must be a second season.
Yeah,
like,
they're making one.
Yeah.
Yippee!
The art, like League of Legends or like Riot's art style is so uniquely theirs.
Yes,
it works so well in the animation too.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched the like music video.
Yes, same.
Arcane, just so I could see like the animation and stuff.
Same.
The music video is so awesome.
It is.
It's just so unique, like that, and like Spider-Verse, like the like studio that did that, like just like an artistic like dream. Like
Literally.
like literally looking at like every little detail and like listening to the music and everything. It's just so well done.
Not the best working
It makes me
conditions,
so
but
happy.
goddamn, those artists code.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. Like I respect those artists to like the max.
Yeah, definitely.
All those artists should be like millionaires for their work.
Exactly.
But they aren't, because the
Nope,
CEOs
no, they're not.
keep all the money.
Of course they do.
Viva la guillotine.
We love, I almost said communism. We love capitalism. Oh wow, we talked almost 2 hours. Any closing
Oh, wow.
thoughts about art?
Art, good.
Art is good.
Thank you. Exactly.
I like
good.
Art is good.
Brain hard.
Thank you guys for joining me for this art podcast. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
It
for
was so
real.
much fun.
We should.
I was like really nervous at first, but
Aw.
I'm glad that we did
Me
this.
too.
I just get nervous talking to people, so
No, I completely understand. Like, I was in here with Leslie earlier, and I was like so nervous. 'Cause I mean, I hung out in your stream a couple times, Sebi, and I know you guys from like Gurm's Discord, but we never really talked one on one. So I was like,
yeah.
holy
yeah.
shit! What if I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? No, it was super sweet. I really love you guys and your artworks, and I'm always so happy when I see Gurm like talk about you and your like commissions, and he shows it to me.
Aw.
Yeah. I hope we get a
Yes.
chance to talk again. Like maybe not podcast wise, but
yeah.
like
Yeah.
doesn't matter how. It's nice to exchange opinions and views and stuff.
Yeah.
Real for real.
That was a nice
Yeah.
opportunity to like catch up because we haven't like talked in a while.
That's
or, like,
true.
When we
Yeah.
do talk, it's just about brief shit posts that we give each other.
Yeah, for real.
We fuck up.
Thank you guys. If you guys got anything to say, or if you want to like promote yourselves, go ahead, and I'll put the links in the description. Where can we find you? Where can we commission you guys?
For me, I take commissions like through I guess like Twitter mostly, but things are weird right now. But you can find all my links through there. So my Twitter is superkingy64. And kinky is spelled with 2 I's at the end.
Hell yeah! I'll put the links in the description for anyone.
Thank you.
Yay! No worries.
I have a card that has all my information on it, like the CARRD.co, I think it is. And it's just
Yes.
Cat Chomp.
Hell yeah!
I have a Twitter, a Tumblr, Instagram, pretty much everything. It's all the same name, Cat Chomp.
Nice.
I'm Lazuli Rain. You can find me mostly on Twitch because I kind of need a body double or company when I'm drawing. I need to be bullied to post on Instagram more. I usually get commissions from Twitter. Yeah. I'm trying to do TikTok. I'm failing at it. But yeah, mostly you can find me on Twitch because I just am the type of impulsive person. I just want to press go and I just want to talk to people and draw weird shit.
Yeah. If you ever need the body double for Twitch, just wake me up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can find me there.
You guys can find me on Twitter, and the link to everything else is also there. So I'm not gonna talk too much about me. You guys know me. Yay! Thank you so much,
Commission
guys.
all of us. That's my last word I have to say.
Yes, you have to. If you have listened to the podcast this far, you have to commission us. It's a rule.
Commission us, buy
Yes,
our
please.
shit. Or at least share if you're broke.
Yes,
Just like us.
share.
Because we're all broke.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Definitely. Just interacting,
I like-
liking, sharing, commenting, all that good shit. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.